Hello everyone, Mr. Teasdale here from Walk With. Just a quick video to go through find and copy one word from the reading paper. So you get three texts, as we know, and you have to go through, and some of the questions might be find and copy one word. So we're going to look at a few example questions. I'm going to try to help you answer them and talk to you about how I would answer them. And just start with some top tips. So top tips, number one, scan the text till you find the paragraph. Quite often they say, look at this paragraph. Have a quick scan, find the paragraph, read that paragraph, and your answer will be in that paragraph, which is quite nice. If it says copy one word, then just copy one word. Okay, so many times people write sentences. If it's got a little box, I'll come on to this in a second, just that one word, they're just looking for one word. Usually small words, so in this example I've used determiners of the and a little conjunction and won't be the word that they're looking for. It's usually something a little bit more complex or a little bit different. So things like of, up, down might not be. And the answer is in the booklet. It's in the reading booklet that you read, and it's for you to copy. So you don't have to make your own up. You don't have to make your own word or a different word. It'll be somewhere in the text where it says find and copy. So I've taken some words, some examples from previous SATS papers, and this was from 2022, last year's SATS paper, and this is the parsnips about the football team. So we've got behind her. I could see our minibus parked in the middle of the street. Several faces peered through the windows. My teammates waved at me. Please wait, I said, panicking. I just have to. I turned, almost bumping into Yuri. He dumped my bag at my feet. Your belongings, ma'am? Frowned at him. What was this? My brother being helpful? Is everything in there? My toothbrush, my kit? I asked anxiously. He bowed. Your toothbrush, your kit, your highness. So, dialogue between brother and sister, brother being helpful, sister doesn't expect it. And the question, number 6, was A, find and copy one word. Now you see that's in bold, find and copy. So we know it's just one word, which shows that Yuri was not very careful when he put down Veronica's bag. Yuri's the brother, Veronica is the sister. So I know I'm looking for a bag. So I can scan through the first bit behind her. I can see windows, middle of the street, panicking, bumping into Yuri, bag. So found the word bag. Bag's in the question, bag's in the text. Scanned the question, found the word bag. The other part of it was when he put it down. Now, put is a verb. So what I'm looking for is another way of putting something down that's not very careful. So some people might go for, well, her bag's a belonging, so I'm going to put down your belongings. So this is the incorrect answer. It's not your belongings. One reason, it's not one word. So you're looking for one word, not the sentence, just one word. So I found bag, and I want to know a verb. I know that dumped, ed, is a verb. It's a doing word, it's an action. So the answer is going to be dumped. All I'd have to write down is dumped to get the mark. You'll notice that this box here, the box where you write it, is quite small, and that's because they expect a short, in this case, a one-word answer. So read through it, find where it says bag. I know it's about a brother and a sister. I found the word bag, and then I know how to put it down at the feet. Next one. Next one's a little bit different. So it said, my heart began beating fast, page 6. So again, we know it's on page 6. We look at page 6. It says, find and copy 2 other words this time, 1 and 2, from the same paragraph, which means something is quick. Now, this is a bit different for last year. They've put, my heart began beating fast, and I've highlighted that. You could underline it in your SATS paper, or you could star it when you come across it. I've scanned the text, I've found the paragraph, and I've cut out the paragraph for you, and I've underlined, put a star next to where my heart began beating fast. So I know it's in that paragraph. My answer has to be in that paragraph. And it says 2 words this time, so I know I've got to do 1 and I've got 2. And other words, which mean beating quick. So I can't use the word fast because it uses other words. So fast is another word for quick. It's synonymous with quick. So I need to find a synonym for quick. Okay, so I'm thinking quick. It's not going to be the, it's not going to be and. Again, it's a bit of a doing word because I'm doing something quick. So I'm looking for verbs again. I believe you, I said, giving him a swift kiss on the cheek. I dashed to the front room. Ooh, dashed means quick. Find a copy of 2 words, same paragraph, just means something quick. Dashed, it's got to be dashed. I'll write dash down. Into the front room and kissed Uncle and Sophie too. Then darted back into the hallway. If I dart, I go quickly. I'm going to write darted down. To double check. Be good, I instructed Yuri, hoisting my bag onto my shoulders and following Megan into the street. My heart began beating fast. It was actually happening. World Cup tournament. Here I come. Read through. Think it's dashed. Think it's darted. Happy with those answers. I'm going to write them down. Oh, but actually, there is another one. So there's actually 3 answers for this that you could do, but you only need to get 2, which is darted, dashed, and swift. Stick with the ones you know. For example, this hoisting. I instructed Yuri hoisting. Now, if you didn't know what hoisting was, that could maybe be a word for quick, but there's a more obvious answer. Go for the obvious answer of dashed or darted, rather than that. Hoisting just means to lift up, by the way. So darted, swift, or dashed. You only have to get 2. Only write 2 in your boxes for 2 marks. And the last one was this. The last one about the time traveller. As was a steep, crooked stair with a handrail on one side, very narrow, with rooms leading off it so suddenly that it was easy to fall headlong as one stepped from a doorway. We had wallpaper with leaves on it, like a green wood in spring, and I used to sit on the stairs pretending I was in a forest with birds singing around me. I was sitting there one evening, with my feet tucked under me in a blue dusk, waiting for the lamplighter to come whistling down the street to bring a gleam to the stairway. There was a street lamp near, and this shone over the door and saved us from using our own gas lamp. Look at the first paragraph. I've cut the first paragraph out for you. Beginning, ours was sweet. We know it's got to be there. Find and copy one word that shows the evening was getting dark. So, it's an evening that's getting dark. Therefore, what happens when it gets dark? Well, when it gets dark, we need to put the lights on. We might need to put the heating on. We might have to stay indoors. Lights on, heating on. Okay. Is there anything about lights on? Is there anything about heating on? Let's read it again. As was a steep, crooked stair with a handrail on one side, very narrow with rooms leading off it so suddenly that it was easy to fall headlong as one stepped from a doorway. Nothing about light in that first sentence. We had wallpaper with leaves on it, like a green wood in spring, and I used to sit on the stairs, pretended I was in a forest with birds singing around me. Nothing about the evening, nothing about it getting dark. I was sitting there one evening. Okay, evening. This is about the night time. This is about evening. One word that shows that the evening was getting dark. Right, this must be in this sentence. With my feet tucked under me in a blue dusk. Dusk. What time of day is dusk? Dusk is when it gets dark. So it must be getting dark because it's dusk. I can write down the word dusk. Waited for the lamplighter to come whistling down the street to bring a gleam to the stairway. I know that gleam is another word for light. So if it needs to bring a gleam, then it must be getting dark. I could write gleam down as well. Remember, you only need one. There was a street lamp near, and this shone over the door and saved us from using our own gas lamps. So, that evening it was getting dark, therefore there must be a light to be put on. What words can I use for getting dark or light? There's actually 4 answers that you could use, but you only need one. I think dusk is the one that stands out to me, so I'm going to write dusk, so I'd write dusk down there. But there's others. So there's dusk, there's lamplighter, there's gleam, and there's shone as well. So anything that means that you're helping getting the light on in the evening would get you the mark for that. So just to recap, back to the start, top tips. Scan the text to find the paragraph you're looking at. If it says copy one word, just go for one word. It's usually small words like the or and won't be the word if they're things like determiners. Or possibly conjunctions that join sentences, they won't be the word. The answer is in the booklet. Key is copy. Find it and copy it from the booklet. Don't make up your own.